Welcome to Exchange Rates UK TV. It is the 22nd of June, 2021, 7:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in case you've missed it, there has been a heck of a lot of activity across the board in the crypto space. Bitcoin fell through the 30K zone and it traveled lower, and it traveled to an area that we've been looking at as a probable, we're looking at it still to move to that probable support around that 24 to 27K value area. It got as low as 28,754. Now, for some people, that is a level where people will say, okay, that's close enough for me. Others will say, no, I want it to actually get down to 27K, 26K, 25K. That's totally up to you, but know that there's a lot of volume that stepped in. This volume that we see here today is so far it's a 30-day, 29 to 30-day high, which is a pretty big deal. However, there's not a whole heck of a lot of oomph behind it, especially when I look at the hourly here. I mean, it's been consolidating, and it's not going to take much to push Bitcoin lower. I mean, it's still in a weak spot. As far as the volume profile is concerned, it still has a much easier time moving south than it does north. So just pay attention to that. So looking at the daily chart, though, especially the RSI, let's take a look at that, because we've dropped down below 40. And so we shifted into bear market oversold conditions. So the oversold levels in the RSI when something's in a bear market they are 30 and 20. And we've tested 30, dropped below it, found some support on the in between, or near the 20 level at 2281. That was back on the 19th of May. And ever since then, we've been kind of trending higher here in the RSI, while prices have gotten a little bit lower. The composite index still sloping lower, but now we're kind of seeing a little bit of some trough making occur in the percent B and the RSI. That tells me there could be some short-term support that might come in, but overall, that's still very weak and to the downside. The pressure's still there to the selling, and not much of a change there. Still looking at that 24 to 27K value area being the next major support zone here in the future. There's been a pretty big snapback in value. So from the lows, just using Bitcoin as a gauge, here's our low. Yeah, let me get rid of the volume bars there. There was roughly a 15% recovery from the low to the high of the day. That's where it went. Currently, we are up 13% from the low, but we are still lower on the week. You go back to the 16th, which was last Wednesday. So in less than a week, from the close of that day, I mean, we're down 29% and projected to move lower. The foldback pattern that exists, I mean, if you look back, I don't remember what video it was and what day it was. I think it was last week sometime. I talked about a foldback pattern and how it kind of dictates the swing structure that something will follow. And so these hash marks here on the left, they're just a copy of the bars, basically. They're just hash marks. But if I flip it, put it back to where we started. Where did I start this? Oh, I don't remember. Hold on. Helps if I know where I'm starting it. There we go. Okay, sorry. Have to look at my notes real quick. Okay. So from there, I mean, we can see how the swing structure has repeated. This is something that happens all over in every single market. However, there's a difference that here, because you're going to have situations where there's a swing down except price moves up. You can see that a couple areas here. So here you saw a peak, whereas down here in the fold back pattern, there was a trough. That's called a mirrored fold back. It's just the inverse action, but the swing structure there remains the same. So what I'm saying is that while the move here is definitely still to the south in the fold back pattern and in momentum and sentiment and everything else, that doesn't mean it can't abruptly change and do a mirrored fold back where it just continues higher. Currently, I think we should still bank on some lower prices moving forward here in the future. And yeah, we'll take a look at it. Really not looking bullish until we get past 40K again. So this is just the waiting zone. And I'm a buyer when it gets down to that 24K zone. But until then, just kind of hanging out and waiting. From all of us here at Exchange Rates UK TV, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.